Hello students, welcome back, and in this lecture we are continuing our rotation chapter, and already we have done what inertia, right? So inertia topic we have learned what is inertia, means what is the proper word is what moment of inertia, but in shortcut I say always inertia only. So moment of inertia we already have learned. Then we have learned that four type of questions about moment of inertia. They can ask moment of inertia of what? Point masses or discrete masses. Then simple formula we write says inertia is equal to what? Mr square. For multiple masses we can take sum of all the inertias, right? Then we have done for what? Regular or symmetrical bodies. 9 bodies I gave example like disc, ring and all these things. So combination of them will be given and we have to find what? Net inertia. So for that we write two theorems, the parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem, right? After we have done some questions based on like cutting of a body, some part of body is cut and removed, we have to find the inertia of the remaining parts. So in this cases what you do, you find the inertia of the complete body, then find the inertia of the removed part and subtract these two. And fourth type of question we have done where they ask integration problem, right? Some bodies are given which call extended bodies or continuous body, and we have to do integration. So integration is also very simple integration of r square into dm, that gives what? The moment of inertia of that body, okay? Yes. So now second topic we are doing here is torque. Okay. So torque, whenever you hear the torque word, means torque word is related with what? Rotational on, right now. So in simple, this torque is simply equivalent to what? Your force. Means I say like in our translatory chapter, okay, means so far what you learned previous chapter, okay, there were linear or translatory motion was there. In these chapters, whatever the force role plays, no, same role is played by what? Torque in this chapter. So people say it is what? Rotational equivalent of what? Force. I will write later a summary also where I will compare the linear and rotation, everything will be same, only just symbols are what? Different, that's all. Okay. So it's a rotational equivalent of what? Force. Like whatever force role plays in linear chapter or translatory motion, same role is played by what? Torque here, okay? Yes. So we are interested in knowing that what is a torque and what is the formula of torque and how we use these and how questions they ask in exam based on what? Torque. Okay. Let's write in mathematics what is torque first. So what is the mathematical definition of torque? Is the product of force into what? Perpendicular distance. So how they say? Mathematics, it is product of force into, okay, or I say force and perpendicular distance, and this perpendicular distance is between what? Is between what? The distance between, I should say like distance between point of rotation and action of force. It's a distance between where the force is applied and about what point the body is what? Rotating. Correct? Na? Yes. It's the product of force and the distance, perpendicular distance between what? One where we are applying force, we apply force somewhere, and at some point the body will be rotating about some point. Suppose example like this one. Suppose this is a body and I apply a force at this point, right? This is a force applied downward. So this body is, suppose I hinge from this point, okay? I hold from this point. So when I apply force here, this body is rotating about that point, right now. So this is called your axis of rotation. This is a point of where we are applying force. So the perpendicular distance between these 2 points, that's called what? Your this distance, okay? Okay, let's write in terms of maths. Then how you write formula? Torque is simply equal to what? Rf sin theta. Yes, actually it's not always that you take the distance as perpendicular, you can take the force also perpendicular to what distance. You can write like this way, you can take f sin theta, or you can write like r sin theta into what? F, that also okay, right? Doesn't matter. But this is a linear way to write, okay? You can take the distance perpendicular to force or force perpendicular to a distance, doesn't matter, anyone's component you can write, right? But when you write in vector form, this is very important, vector form. In vector form, your torque will be always is r cross f. What student do? They write what? F cross r. Because here in linear they write like f r sin theta, remember, so here also write f cross r, that's wrong. Magnitude will be okay, but your sign will become opposite if you write f cross r. So what is correct formula first? Torque is what? R cross f, okay, in vector form. This is very, very important, okay, yes. Now small things we talk here. This is a scalar format formula, you understood? Simply rf sin theta, okay, or you can write component of f sin theta into r or r sin theta into f, doesn't matter, it's a linear form, okay, scalar. And here in vector form is r cross f always, cross products are there, you can see. So here they can ask you again direction of the torque, so you put direction of r, you put direction of the what force, you will get what? Direction of the torque in what? Vector form, right? Okay. Then what else? This you can write in now rotational quantities also. I said this is equivalent to force. What is force formula? General formula is what? Ma, right? General formula like Ma, right now. So how you write torque formula in terms of rotational quantities? So I said force and torque are equivalent. Here mass, in linear chapter, like mass is the main thing. So who plays the role of mass in this chapter? Inertia, already I told you in first lecture. So here becomes what? I, and this is what? Acceleration. Here is called what? Angular acceleration, alpha. So this is in terms of what? Angular quantities, okay. So torque in terms of what? Angular quantity, right? Then how you write? This torque also written as what? I into what? Omega. Torque is what? I into what? Omega. Sorry, what I said here? I into what? Alpha. Your I is called your inertia, moment of inertia, proper word, moment of inertia. And alpha is called your angular acceleration, right? These two words. So this is in terms of rotation, this is in terms of like distance and force, this is in terms of vector form, this is in terms of what? Rotational quantities, okay. Also you have to give attention, like I told you in our linear chapter we call inertia, just inertia. Then here this I is called moment of inertia. Here is called like linear chapter is called force. Then torque also called as a moment of the force. This torque, people also call this as what? Torque, what they call it? Moment of force. This way they also say. Torque is what? Simply moment of the force. Like your inertia is called what? Moment of inertia. That I symbol is called what? Moment of inertia. Inertia we learn in what? Newton's laws chapter, right now. So that was only inertia we said. And here this chapter what you say? Moment of inertia. So force we said in Newton's law, here torque is called what? Moment of the force. Correct? Okay. Then let's talk other general knowledge about this. Let's talk about units. So unit is what? What is unit of torque? Unit of what? Torque. What is the answer? Unit of torque. So look here is force into what? Distance, right? Force into distance means should be what? Newton meter. So what is unit? General unit, right? Newton meter. Then what is the dimension of this? Dimension means force into distance. Force into m power 1, L power 1 and T power minus 2 into distance L power 1. So it becomes what? M power 2, L power 2, T power minus 2. Give attention here, very, very important. The dimension of torque is also like dimension of what? Your energy and what? Work, right? What is energy dimension? M power 1, L power 2, T power minus 2. Is matches with what? The dimension of the torque. So this is same as what? First remember that energy, work, any type of energy and work, right? Yes or no? But you know the unit of energy and work is what? Joule. So joule you cannot write for this guy actually. Even the dimensions are same of what? Torque, energy and work have same dimension. But the unit of which we write like for energy and work, which we write joule SI system, right? That you cannot write for torque because this is only reserved for what? Work and energy. For torque we write what? Newton meter, okay? That format, okay? Okay, this is clear. So when we say formula wise, these things only have torque, okay, and now we apply the main condition here. Like when you talk force, we talk about what? Equilibrium of the system. So you say net force should be what? 0, or net acceleration of the system should be what? 0. That's called what? Equilibrium, right? Translatory equilibrium. Same way exactly we'll say what? Rotational what? Equilibrium. So rotational equilibrium means what? The net torque acting on that body should be 0, or net angular acceleration should be 0, because I is a constant thing, right? If I cannot be 0, because if somebody has mass, means definitely it has inertia also, right now. So I am saying torque directly depends on alpha. So if angular acceleration is 0, or you say net torque is 0, that's called what? Rotational equilibrium. So I am writing the very, very important condition now here. In linear chapter we have done that equilibrium is net force should be what? 0, right now? Yes. Same here, writing is called a rotational equilibrium. Yes. Linear equilibrium we have learned, translatory equilibrium we have learned, where the net force should be 0 or net acceleration of the system is 0. This we have done a lot in Newton's laws. Then we did so many equations like moving of masses over a pulley and all these things we have done, right? Okay. So, rotational equilibrium. So, for rotational equilibrium, what condition we need? For rotational equilibrium, what we need? The net torque acting on the system should be 0, or you can also that the net angular acceleration alpha should be what? 0. Both way you can say. Either you say net torque acting on that system should be what? 0. Correct na? Or you say that net acceleration. Which acceleration? Angular acceleration of that system should be what? 0. Correct? So, this when I say net torque means like here we say linear. When I say net force is 0 means net force in x direction, net force in y direction, z direction, all should be what? 0. Same way here also, your net torque, you say net torque in what? X direction should be 0, net torque in what? Y direction should be 0, net torque in what? Z direction should be what? 0. In all directions should be what? 0, right? Yes, net torque should be what? 0. Correct? Yeah, okay. Also, I forget to tell you here, in this formula you see that these three vectors are there and three vectors are always perpendicular toward each other. These three things are always perpendicular to each other. So, when they are asking direction, you write the direction of r, like suppose they said the distance is what in x direction, you write I vector, you say force is what in z direction, write j here, y direction, then you will get what here k direction, right? Yes. So, they all are perpendicular to each other. By sometime what they do now, because this question is very important like this type of question. If these are two vectors multiplied by cross product, we are getting third vector again, right? By chance you put a dot here between them, then answer become directly 0. They have asked many questions like this way. Suppose, let's finish this part first. Suppose I say like, what is this? What is r dot f? What is the answer? 0. These are cross product. If you put a dot here, then the answer directly becomes 0. Anyone, you can take anyone's. You say torque dot r, what is the answer? 0. You say torque dot f, what is the answer? 0. Any combination you can put, okay? That becomes what? 0 simply. This is very important. And this is not only here. Any three vectors which are like this way, multiplied by cross product, then this will be applicable, okay? Yes, if you take dot product of them, this becomes 0. Everything becomes what? 0. Okay. So, let us come back to rotational equilibrium. So, I am saying for rotational equilibrium, the net torque acting on the body should be 0, or you said the net angular acceleration should be what? 0. Okay. And torque should be in x direction, y direction, z direction, all directions should be what? 0. Okay. Also, what happens whenever rotational equilibrium happening, you say that rotational equilibrium is happening, at that point what happened? Your translatory equilibrium also there. Okay. Then you say that time what? At rotational equilibrium is translatory equilibrium, okay, also there, right? Yes. But whenever translatory is there, it's not necessary that rotational equilibrium will be also there. But whenever rotational equilibrium is there, means translatory equilibrium also there. So, when you are writing when you are solving numerical based on rotational equilibrium, when you are writing like the net torque should be 0, you can also write what? Net force also 0 simply. So, here whenever this condition is right, you can also write what? So, what you can write? The net force also what? 0. Yes, this condition also you can write to answer some questions. We will see in numerical like how we use them, okay? Yes. So, this much only about numerically, formulas and these things, basics of what? Torque, okay? So, torque formula Rf sin theta, okay? And in vector form, an angular format, I into alpha, inertia into angular acceleration. Then I told you what is the condition we apply here? Rotational equilibrium, okay? Yes. Now we will do some small questions on them, how they ask questions in exam, okay? Based on what? Rotational equilibrium and finding all these things. So, first main question they ask is about this only, the vector form, okay? Yes. Many questions they have asked, so I will talk first in vector form, okay? So, let us talk about some question in what? Vector form, okay? Yes. So, vector form nothing is that torque is equal to what? R cross F, okay, R cross F. So, we will take some example here and we will see that how we will answer them, okay. Okay, so we are doing the problems on what torque, and let us understand what type of problem they ask. Generally, I have seen 4 type of questions they ask, or simply 4 pattern we say. Okay, first question based on what? Vector formula itself. That is very important to understand. So, First you're doing question on what? Vector form. Okay. So vector form is like this question only. Torque is equal to what? R cross F. So I told you it's R cross F, not F cross R, right? Okay. Here calculation is very easy, but what happens? One thing you have to understand, that what is proper value of R? Okay. Actually, let me write a question to understand this. Suppose like this one. Calculate the torque of a force F is equal to 3I minus 2J plus K acting at origin about a point, say some value will given 2, 0, minus 1 something, okay. Yes. Look here, calculate the torque of a force F is given this much force given acting, the force is acting at origin about a point 2, 0, minus 1, okay. Here always 2 points will be given, at one point where force will be acting and one point about which this body will be rotating, or is a torque is happening, right now. 2 points. One point where force acting, like here in this case force is acting at what? Origin means 0, 0, 0, right, we know. And they ask you to calculate torque due to this force about that point. So always there are 2 points are there, one point where force acting, one point where the body is rotating, where we have to calculate torque. So this R is what? The distance we are writing R in this formula. Always remember this. This R you start from the point where force is acting and you go to the point where body is what? Rotating. What is this R? You start the distance from where? The point where force is acting and you go to the point where body is what? Rotating. So suppose coordinates are given like this way, right now, that what? R is what? You say that coordinates or points. What are coordinates? How you find coordinates of a point of force? Where force is acting minus coordinates. This is not a formula, I am just telling hint how you do, okay. Coordinates of point of rotation, okay. Point of what? Rotation. This is actually a proper value of what? R. If you directly put like this value here and you multiply R cross F, your answer will become wrong actually, okay. So what is this R? This is a distance from where the force is acting, that point to the point where body is rotating or the torque is happening, right now. So the coordinates of the point of force, where force is acting, that coordinate, like here is given what? This is the coordinate given of force. Force is acting at origin means 0, 0, 0. Minus the coordinate of the point where body is what? Rotating. They are asking the torque about that point. So that is the coordinate here. So in this case, your R will be, this coordinate is actually 0, 0 in this case, okay. And this coordinate will be 2, 0, minus 1. That will be the coordinate. Hope you are understanding this, right? Yes, if you write this directly as this, I have to find this point which you call R and multiply, answer will become wrong actually, okay. So point where force is acting, that point, you start from that point and go to the point where body is rotating, right. So coordinate of the point where force acting minus the coordinate where they are asking rotation or where they are asking torque. So in this case it will be, look here, 0, 0 minus 2, this is what I coordinate, we are writing vector form, plus 0 minus 0 only J coordinate, plus 0 minus 1, this is a K coordinate. So your distance become like this way, minus 2I, 0, J is not there, and plus what? K. This is a vector, okay. Thus your R vector actually, okay. Look here, this becomes just opposite of this in real, okay. Here maybe some coordinates are given, you can subtract like this way. So remember that force coordinates minus what? The point of rotation coordinate. Even you do it opposite, again it become wrong. So now write your torque. Your torque will be simply R cross what? F. So R we have found is what? Minus 2I plus K cross multiplied with what? F, which is given how much? Here 3I minus 2J and plus what? K. These things you have to multiply by cross product. Hope you know how to multiply a simple cycle I, J and K, right. If you multiply I and J, answer becomes K, J and K, answer become I. If you go in opposite direction, anti-clockwise, answer become what? Negative. Hope you know this, right? Okay, let's multiply. First you pick your 2i, right? 2i multiply with I, answer becomes what? 0. I cross I is what? 0. In dot product I dot I is what? 1, right? So this time is 0. Now I cross j becomes k. Minus 2i becomes 4. So it becomes 4k, right? Then I versus with what? K. So I cross k becomes minus j. 1 minus already there. So it becomes what? Plus 2j, right? That's done with what? I. Let's go to next term. J is not there. No need to multiply. Everything is 0. K cross I is what? J. So k cross I becomes what? 3j. K cross I is what? J, and number is what? 3 here. K cross J, reverse cycle, so minus I, and you see that k cross j minus 2 and 1 minus coming here, so it becomes what? Plus 2i. Then k cross k is what? 0, right? So this much only we have done. So you can write it 2i, then 2i, this becomes what? 4i, 3j, so 3j, and what? 4k. Always write in proper unit vector like this way, okay? Yes. So that's what your torque. This answer can be given in terms of like vector form like this way, or they can write magnitude also. Suppose they are writing magnitude, you can take square root of this magnitude. So the torque will be equal to simply square root of 4 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. Some answer will get, right? You can write like that way, okay? So this is the first question they asked, which is on vector form, and you understood very important that is what is R, okay? R is the coordinates of what? Where force is acting. You start from that point and go to the point where about that point or about that axis the body is what? Rotating, okay? So it's very important, okay? So vector form you have done. Then the another question they ask here is what? Only once or twice they have asked. It's called toppling of the body. Toppling of body, about rotational equilibrium. Now onward all problems are based on what? Rotational equilibrium, okay? So what is toppling of body? Suppose you put a body, you put a block on ground like that way, okay? Okay, and this is what? Rough floor, friction is there, okay? Yes. So this body is placed here, and this body has mass m, and dimension you can write some height and breadth. So this is suppose what? Side is what? A, and that side is what? Let me draw on this side. This is what? Suppose B, some dimension, okay? Body of block of mass m, and length and height is given to you, width is also there, okay? You want to topple this, right? Hope you know general meaning of topple, okay? I don't have a rectangular body. Suppose this is here body, you want to topple means you want to put like that way, okay? You want to topple it, right? So you apply a force. So where you apply force? If you apply force at that point, that will be most efficient. You need minimum force, right? Correct. If you apply force at this point, you need what? Higher force, because more the distance, less force you need to get the same torque, because torque formula is what? R cross F. If this you make maximum, then this you need what? Small. Correct. Just I told you the opening of the like door. Okay. So now what happens? So you want to topple this body. Correct. So if you apply force here, this body will rotate about this point, right? About this point, right? Yes. Okay, let me explain with help of a book. Okay, I have this one. This is a good body. So look at this. This is a duster. This is placed on board like that way, okay? You want to topple this, means you want to do like that way, okay? So what you are doing? You are applying a force at this point, okay? Like that. This is called toppling, right? If you apply force at that point, your distance, this is a point of rotation. So from this point, the distance is what? Perpendicular. This is what? Maximum. If you apply force, your distance will reduce. You have to apply more force. So you should apply force at that point, suppose, okay? So we are applying force at that point, and we want to know that how much force we need to topple this body. Suppose this is the question. So what is the question here? How much force required to topple the body, right? This body you want to topple, how much force will be required? So let's write, this body will rotate about this point like that, okay? This body will rotate about that point, okay? If you apply force on this side, it will rotate about that point, right? Yes. So we want to know how much force we need to topple this body. This is the question actually, okay? So okay, so what you do, this body is rotating about this point and it's under rotational equilibrium, let's say. So net torque should be what? 0. correct? Okay, so how many forces are there and due to which are producing torque here? So you see carefully, there are two forces which producing torque. One force is this one external force which we are applying, correct? So look, what is torque? Okay, we are writing for rotation equilibrium net. Okay, net torque should be what? 0. Clear? Give attention. So one force is this force. So what is torque produced by this force? That force what? Force is F, and what is the perpendicular distance? For this force, that this is a point of rotation, right? So that is the perpendicular distance, this B. Okay, this force you can write here also like that way. This is your force, right? Along this line. So perpendicular distance is what? Your B. So F into B. Correct? Yes. Other force, torque is produced by the weight. AMG is what? Acting at this point, AMG, right? Correct? So at this point, what is the torque due to this force? This should be net torque which we want to make 0. So this is a torque due to this force, external force which you are applying, and the other torque is due to what? The weight. Correct? Weight is opposing your rotation, right? So how much torque? Force is what? mg into perpendicular distance means that distance. This is the point where we are rotating the body. So that's a distance. This is a line of force, and that's called your perpendicular distance. That much distance. So that is simply what? Half of what? Your A. So here write what? A by 2 should be equal to what? 0. Net torque we want to make 0. So your F comes like simply mga by what? 2b. That's the how much force you need to what? Topple this body. Correct? So this is not a formula. I should not remember this as a formula, because A could be here, B could be here, it could be any side, doesn't matter, right? You should understand there are two forces are acting which producing torque. So net torque we want to make 0 to make what? Rotational equilibrium, right? So this force into perpendicular distance at that point, then other is what? mg, because when you are applying force, mg is trying to again pull the body back, right now, due to the inertia. So this is mg force acting at what distance? Perpendicular distance, half of this what? A, about that point. So this is a force required to topple a body, right? Okay, this is second type of question. Suppose we move to next, then we see third type of question. What they ask, like equilibrium of a rod. Okay, yes. So let's talk about equilibrium of a rod. This type of question also they have asked. What they do, you hang a rod or rope something thick by some strings, okay, then they will ask you to calculate the tension in the strings. Suppose like this one, you have a rod, heavy rod, this rod, okay, of length L and mass M. So this is supported by, suppose, hanged by two strings, okay, these are the two strings. The strings may be anywhere at the end, in middle, doesn't matter, it could be what? Any. Suppose one string I write there, and anywhere, one string I write the end, doesn't matter, it could be what? Anywhere, okay, yes. So this is total length is what? L we calling, and suppose this is at acting, this string is acting at distance of, you can say something L by 4 something, okay, doesn't matter, they will give. This is the middle point of what? Your string, correct. So they will ask you that when I hang this string like this way, mass M or weight is given, length given, and 2 string, 3 string, minimum we need 2 string, right? One string you cannot hang horizontally, right? So then they will ask you what are the tension in these strings, T1 and what? T2. What will be the tension in these strings if you want to held horizontally like that way, okay? Yes. So we are keeping it horizontal means your this rod is not rotating, means is under what? Rotational equilibrium, and we are interested in knowing that what is the tension T1 and what is tension T2 in these two strings, okay? So because this system is under rotational equilibrium, so what you do, you write at any point, you write the net torque should be what? 0. You can choose any point and you say what? Net torque should be what? 0. So what you do, look here, first you write what are the forces acting in this system. Two forces already we wrote, tension T1 and T2, right? Then other force is what? The weight of this rod, right? And weight of the rod will act through what? Middle point of this rod, that's what your mg here, correct? These are the three forces acting. So now what you have to calculate? We have to calculate the net torque due to these three forces and make it equal to what? 0, because this system is under what? Rotational equilibrium, okay? So let's do that. So what we will do, you will choose any point you can choose on this rod, and you say that at this point the torque should be 0, because at every point is under rotational equilibrium, so at every point net torque should be what? 0. So but for easier calculation, what we do, we choose a point where some unknown force is acting. We choose a point to apply this rule that net torque should be 0. what you do, this is a hint actually, that you should choose a point where some unknown force is acting, so that calculations becomes easy. You can choose, suppose here this unknown, you can choose at this point, said I am rotating my body about that point, let's give some name, point A, and this point you call as a point B, okay, any point you can choose, okay, right. Suppose I said that I choose that at point A the net torque should be what, 0. In that case, why I am doing like this one? So that torque due to this T2, that force becomes actually 0 directly, because there is no distance for this point, it is acting through that point itself. You can choose here, then torque due to T1 directly becomes 0. So these are just calculations becomes what, easy. If you choose the point where some unknown force is acting, okay, you can choose anywhere, doesn't matter actually, okay, in real. So suppose I write like at net torque at point A should be what, 0, because this is what, under rotational equilibrium. I chosen at this point and I am saying at this point the net torque should be what, 0. Clear? Now I write net torque. Okay, let's write torque due to all forces about what, that point. So first force is about your T1. Okay, what is torque due to this force T1? This is a T1 is a force, and distance is what, that much distance, perpendicular distance. This is a force acting like that one, straight upward. That's what, perpendicular distance. How much that distance? This is given L, that's given L by 4. So this distance becomes what, 3L by 4, right? L minus what, L by 4. So that's a force acting at that point upward. This is the perpendicular distance about that point, okay. So T1 into what, 3 by 4 of L. This is a torque. Any one direction you take positive torque, the other direction you take what, negative torque. Upward forces, suppose you are calling positive torque, then downward forces you have to call what, negative torque. Your choice, okay. Okay. Then the next force is what, your mg acting downward, so I can write negative. This force acting upward, that torque I am calling positive. This trying to rotate it upward, this trying to rotate it what, downward, like clockwise or anti-clockwise say. Yes, so force is what, your mg first, mg. This force acting at that point, and what is that distance? That distance what, L by 2 is acting through middle point of the rod, so that distance becomes L by 2. Clear? This is a torque due to what, mg force. Now last force is what, plus T2 into distance is what, 0, because T2 is acting through this point itself, so no distance is equal to what, 0. So from here you see that T2 becomes 0, so unknown is what, T1, that you can get answer T1, right. So you see that T1 into 3 by 4 of L should be equal to what, mgl by what, 2. L goes here, this goes 2 times, so T1 is coming how much? You say T1 comes what, 2 by 3 of what, mg. So weight of the rod is given, you can put value here. So tension T1 is what, 2/3 of the weight of the rod, right. Numerical value given, you can put here, no problem, okay. Same way, now what you want to do, you want to find T2. T1 you have found, T2. So there are two ways. One way you can take now torque at this point, so that T1 becomes 0 and T2 is unknown, that you can find, right. You can take torque at point B, right. Or you can write what, now this is what, rotational equilibrium we wrote. Already I said that when rotational equilibrium happening, translatory equilibrium also there. So you can write net force also equal to what, 0. Two ways to calculate the second unknown, that I am telling, two method. One, you can say that net force should be also equal to what, 0. When rotational equilibrium happening, translatory equilibrium also there, okay. So you can write net force is equal to 0. Net force means what, there are two forces acting upward, which are T1 plus T2, and one force acting downward is what, your mg, right. This is what your net force is equal to 0. I wrote what, translatory equilibrium. So your T1 already know, so you can find T2. You say that T2 should be equal to mg minus 2 by 3 of what, mg, that becomes mg by what, 3. This is a simple way to do, okay. Yes, but what I am saying that this torque you can write any number of time, you can write any time, okay. So let's find, suppose you don't want to use this rule, okay, you want to find again torque and calculate. So let's take this point now, B point. You say that at B point the net torque should be 0. At B point net torque should be 0. At every point torque will be 0 when it's under rotational equilibrium, okay. So let's do it. So at this point we are talking, okay, first T1 itself, T1 into distance becomes what, 0. We are talking rotation about that point, okay. So T1, that force, into what, distance, 0. Okay, upward I am calling positive, downward I am calling negative. Then this is what, mg. So we write minus because opposite direction, downward, into distance. What is that distance? We have to calculate that distance, right? Here. So that distance what, L by 2, that's given what, L by 4, right? So you see that distance, let's call that x, whatever that x is what, L by 2 minus L by 4 means what, L by 4. Can you see that? this mg is acting through what, middle point, so that distance is what, L by 2, and that is given to you L by 4, so that distance also becomes what, L by 4. So mg into what, L by 4, that's a torque due to what, your weight. Then the other force plus T2. So T2 into distance. What is distance of T2 from that point? Is already we know 3L by 4. Okay, 3L by 4. Net torque should be equal to what, 0. Okay, that time is already 0. So T2 into 3 4 by L is equal to what, mg L by what, 4. So L goes here, 4 goes here. So you see the T is simply coming what, mg by what, 3. That only we have calculated here, same way. So you can take torque at any point. You can take torque here also. But when write equation here, there will be two unknown, T1 and T2 both will be unknown, right? So always you take torque at a point where some unknown force is acting, so that at least torque due to that force becomes what, 0. So something unknown that you can find from that equation, right? Then you can do it opposite. Like first you took torque at this point, so torque due to this becomes 0, that was unknown, you can find that one. You took torque at this point, due to that becomes 0, so you can find the unknown T2, right? Or you can write this equation also once you find one value, right? What? Translatory equilibrium, the net force should be what? 0. Okay.